We've been involved here with the PCN for some time. The product team have been working really closely with the leaders here to produce solutions to meet the needs of the PCN.
General practice is a beast. There are 1,000 different things that need attention at any point in time.
So I think digital is at the forefront of everything in life, really, but particularly at the forefront of efficient healthcare delivery.
What's really exciting about this PCN is the culture and the leadership and the driving forward to produce pragmatic solutions to the healthcare needs of their population.
They've got a really good setup, organised really well. It's not really top down, it's very inclusive. I feel practice managers here are really included in decision making, so I think that's why they're so successful.
I think things will continue to change, and it will be difficult to let go of what was a traditional GP surgery and how that feels. So it's a difficult landscape to navigate, but I think it's necessary to change the way that we work, or we won't survive.
There can be sometimes a disconnect between, a supplier potentially sort of developing something and what is actually being felt at the grassroots level on the end user using that. So having that sort of collaborative working where firsthand they'll be able to sort of pilot, test things, see how the system actually sort of works and then informs how the product develops, I think is a really true agile way of working.
We've really changed the way that our model of accessing healthcare works. We can immediately get those patients to the right person. So rather than them being just booked into a GP slot, it's something really that a physio should have seen them about, or a pharmacist could have seen them about. And we get really good feedback from patients as a result.
When our first Rs roles came, one clinician would have about 27 logins just to do one clinic. That was always a worry for me. When you're thinking about clinical safety, quality of care, there's more chances of error, and also the clinician's less efficient. Now we've got our centralised model set up. When we want to stand up a new service, it's just a case of what's the operating model going to look like, letting all of our practices know and standing it up. It's so much better. So GPs now only need to see patients they need to see.
It's single sign-on now, and that's been one of our real kind of key drivers for PCN delivered activity or services. Is we want those members of staff that are delivering those services to sign on once and have access to everything that they need, rather than flipping between multiple practice systems. So the way that it works is all of the PCN staff have now got a PCN role on their smart card. They put that smart card into the computer, fire up EMIS, and it goes straight into our EMIS clinical service. A combination of the federated online consultation delivery, the coded care record management and the prescribing has meant that for those consulting within the system, they've got all the tools available to them that they need to complete that consultation and minimise the amount of work that then has to be sent back to the patient's registered practice. The feedback was really positive, kind of between the practice and the PCN working as a hub have both got complete oversight of the record, and it's instant, so we don't have to wait around for that to be sent back and then for someone in the practice to file that in. As soon as it's done, it is there, and that has proved really successful.
It has allowed us to really start to see all that data more in real time and run targeted searches and reports across our PCN practices.
So New Lumen Surgery, we've got about 5,000 patients with 3 GP partners and myself as managing partner. The majority of our population is probably a rural elderly demographic, which presents its own challenges in terms of the services that we need to be able to provide to look after people. Apex makes it easy for me to count. If I can count, I can work out our demand. If I can count, I can work out our capacity, and I can look at the activity going through the surgery. Apex is far better than many tools that I've come across because the team understand the challenges of primary care. So when I'm looking at trying to ask a question and find out the answer to that question, My contact with the Apex team has allowed me to formulate what that looks like, and has allowed me to take those individual pieces of the puzzle and start to build up a bigger picture. Anything that encourages that simplistic approach to having really accurate information will be beneficial to primary care.
I genuinely feel like we've achieved something that's making a positive impact on healthcare delivery. It's been quite a journey, and some of it has been, really enjoyable, some of it's been quite tough, but we've all pulled in the same direction.
I think moving forward, the blueprint, the way of working, the culture, the leadership of areas like this PCN can be applied across the country to deliver PCN working at scale to help revitalise primary care